Well, hello. Hope y'all are doing well. This is all allegedly and reportedly. I'm going to give my verdict prediction on the Diddy trial, U.S. versus Diddy. Okay, he's facing RICO, which is a life in prison, sex trafficking, which is 15 years, and transportation for prostitution, which is a decade. I predict, based on what I've heard, that he'll get the transportation for prostitution charge. They'll get him on that. He'll do 10 years. And then they'll nix the other two charges, the RICO and the sex trafficking. Or they'll just totally acquit him. That's my prediction. You know how these go. Initially you think one thing, and then by the end of the trial it's something totally different. You hear all the stories and everything, and you just think it's an open and shut case, and that's not necessarily true by the end. But they say the prosecution was stellar on the closing statements today. I mean, they say she laid it out in layman's terms, made it easy for regular people to understand. She was on point. She just brought it all together. They were singing her praises. So, based on her performance today, it's a good chance the jury might convict, because they said the jury was very attentive while she was giving her closing statements, the attorney. Yeah. Now, you all know this was a trial filled with lots of salaciousness, sex, violence. Lots of talks of freak-offs or FOs, hotel nights. And this is what I learned. They say he was doing all of this right up until the time he got arrested. Now, based on what I've heard, he has this total obsession with baby oil. And he is very hypersexual. Very hypersexual. Why, at your age of 80, did that you need all this sex? Why? Sit your butt down somewhere. I don't understand it, but there were also witnesses. You had Cassie, Capricorn Clark, Jane Doe, Maya, Brianna. I personally think Mia and Brianna helped the defense's case. This is my opinion. Yeah. Now let's talk about the jurors. You can't overestimate the jurors. You can't overestimate them. You don't know what's swimming in their heads. They could, not understand the instructions. They could just not understand the charges. They're just there. They could be there for clout. They could be starstruck. Yes, they could be starstruck. Don't argue with me. It's a real thing. Diddy is a high-profile celebrity. He's very rich. He's well-known. He's an entrepreneur. He does fashion. He does music. He was a rapper, etc. And people, he could, he could have fans. He could easily have fans, and people in the jury could be fans of his. And they'll acquit him because of those reasons. They'll acquit him because he's a celebrity. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I know what I'm talking about. So, oh, and another reason is the jury might not understand that they could convict him on the lesser charges, so they'll acquit him. That's a real thing too. I followed trials for years to know that you just can't predict how they'll vote. You really can't. And you just don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what these people are thinking. And I know it sounds like I'm coming down too hard on the jurors. It is a good deed they're doing. It is their duty as a citizen to be on a jury. That's their American citizen duty. So we commend them for that. Yeah. Okay, y'all, let me know y'all verdict predictions for the Diddy trial. I did make a post. Last I checked, some were saying, one said guilty, one said not guilty, and then another said mistrial. I do not see it being a mistrial, you all. Y'all forgot to mention that. No, I don't see a mistrial. No. And as you all know, there's a mistrial. He remains incarcerated, and they have to start it all over again. The government has to bring a case all over again, and it just starts all over again. The new jury. Wasn't sure if y'all were aware of that. Okay, y'all, have a good one.